Hey everyone, Jason Pries here with Pries Capital Investment Research. Welcome back to another edition of our Chart of the Week series, your weekly snapshot into what's really happening in the Myrtle Beach housing market. At Pries Capital, we track every move in local real estate, home prices, inventory trends, buyer activity, and contract data, so you can make informed decisions based on live, forward-looking data. Let's dive into this week's insights. As of June 13, 2025, the Myrtle Beach market shows 1,037 active home sellers and an estimated 1,298 home buyers. That means buyers currently outnumber sellers by 25.2%. That's a 261-person gap. But just a year ago, that gap was a massive 55.6%. In other words, it's not that buyers have disappeared, it's that sellers are catching up fast. We haven't seen this many home sellers in Myrtle Beach since March 2020, right before the pandemic reshaped everything. Our estimates are built using a proprietary model that analyzes pending sales and the average timeline from a buyer's first showing to closing. At Pries Capital, we're forecasting that home prices will decline roughly 1% year over year by the end of 2025. Why? Because when sellers start to compete for fewer buyers, the market leans in favor of buyers, and that shift usually applies downward pressure on home prices. History clearly shows that shifts in the balance between buyers and sellers are reliable early indicators of where home prices are headed. Excluding the unusual dynamics of the pandemic, the last major imbalance occurred in late 2018 when mortgage rates spiked to 4.87%, the highest in nearly a decade. Within a month, sellers began to significantly outnumber buyers, and just 3 months later, home price growth slowed to its weakest pace in 6 years. Fast forward to today, we're witnessing an even greater imbalance in the Myrtle Beach market, with seller activity climbing and buyer demand remaining sluggish. That widening gap puts growing downward pressure on prices. While annual price appreciation recently inched up to plus 2.1%, most of 2025 has been marked by flat or negative home price trends. Given the combination of soft demand, elevated rates, and macroeconomic uncertainty, we anticipate this pricing pressure to intensify in the second half of the year. Now let's talk condos, a major segment here in Myrtle Beach. Right now, 1,941 condos are listed versus only 1,336 active condo buyers. That's 31.2% more sellers than buyers, making it a firm buyer's market. Why the imbalance? Soaring HOA fees, rising insurance costs, and surprise special assessments have prompted many condo owners to sell. Although Florida has taken the spotlight in this trend, we're seeing ripple effects across the U.S., including right here in Myrtle Beach. As a result, condo prices are underperforming. Last week, the median condo sale price fell 4% year over year, while single-family homes remained relatively flat. Here's today's takeaways. For sellers, time is not on your side. If you're considering selling, now is the time to act. With inventory rising and buyer activity softening, home prices in your area could decline in the coming months. If your home has already been listed for over 30 days without serious interest, it may be time to reassess, either by improving the property's presentation or making a strategic price adjustment to stay competitive in a shifting market. For buyers, it's true. Many Americans remain priced out of the market, even with prices beginning to soften. But if you're still actively looking, don't lose hope. Your purchasing power stands to improve as home values adjust, wages gradually rise, and mortgage rates hold steady. Homes that may have been out of reach just 6 months ago could soon fall within your budget, especially as more sellers become open to concessions and negotiate more aggressively to close deals. And that's all the data we have time for today. Whether you're a buyer, seller, or real estate agent, understanding these market trends is essential to navigating the year ahead. I encourage you to reach out and schedule a free consultation with Pries Capital. With our expert insights and data-driven approach, we'll help you make informed decisions that align with your real estate goals. Contact Tina at 843-999-1570 or call me directly at 843-945-0051. Sign up for a free Pries Capital Investment Research account at priescapitalrealestate.com and gain access to local real estate data for any zip code, city, or neighborhood nationwide. Book time with our firm today and start mastering the market. Let's make smarter decisions together. Remember, understanding the data is the first step to achieving success in today's dynamic real estate landscape.